Hello, friends. I want to talk with you today about a conversation that I've been involved with numerous times over the years. And it goes something like this. I'll invite someone to come to church or a discipleship group or a small group, and they'll kind of get this puzzled look on their face. They'll say something like, yeah, I have a relationship with God, or I know God, but I'm not the church type. That's just not me. I don't want to go. I don't want to have the fellowship. And I'll tell you, 9 times out of 10, there's something that they're battling with inside. They're picturing some moral inadequacy as disqualifying them from coming to church. They might never say that, but they feel less than. And I think what I'd like to do in the next couple minutes is try to break that barrier down. I want to do it 2 ways. First, I want to remind you that the book of 1 Corinthians that Paul wrote was written to people that were already in church, but they were blowing it big time. You talk about moral deficiencies, there was drunkenness, sexual immorality, they were fighting with each other, they were gossiping, they were backbiting. I mean, this crowd was not some stellar, religious, pious, buttoned-up group. They were coming apart like a $2 watch, and Paul addresses this. And so I want to butt that up to one of my favorite verses in the Bible. In Romans chapter 12, verse 2, it says this, "Do not conform to the pattern of the world any longer, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you'll be able to test and approve what God's will is, His good, pleasing, and perfect will." So I mentioned that verse to draw your attention to the line when it says, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. It's talking about the process of sanctification. That's how we change. We don't get our act together and then come to church or be part of a group. No, it's a process. You come as you are. And let me tell you this, if you do take me up on this and maybe join a fellowship, you're going to find there's people just like you. And I know in our church, there's a bunch of people that struggle with a lot of things. And I can guarantee that because guess what? I am one of them. Here's the deal though. This change, this transformation, it is certainly an inside job. Again, I likened it to sanctification. And I know that's kind of a big word, but all that means is to be set apart. The word holiness is very, very close in meaning to sanctification. It means you've been set apart, but it's a process. You're made holy when you come to the Lord. There's justification, sanctification, and glorification. You come to the Lord, you're justified. It's a lifelong process of being sanctified. Day by day we change. The minute we die and are in front of the Lord, we are glorified. But this big chunk called sanctification, we do together, and it's a process of change. And I think I'm reminded most of this in a very good way. Every Monday night, I get together with a group of men, and we're working our way through the Bible. And there are just so many stories about God working miraculously in groups of others. I mean, God is with us right now, but I find God works through others. Last night we were studying Exodus chapter 17, very famous chapter. And the point that was made most clear was when Moses was on top of the mountain with his staff, both hands up. When his hands were raised, his Israelites and Joshua were defeating the Amalekites. But when his hands grew tired, I mean, he's up there praying all day. As his hands lowered, the Amalekites started to win. So Aaron and Hur, his brother and could possibly be his brother-in-law Hur, but he was a godly man, joined him on the mountain and held his arms up. What a great picture of what we do together. We hold each other up. Yeah, I've been through a lot of stuff, and maybe something I've been through I can help you with. But here's something else I want to leave you with. is no matter what you're dealing with, I guarantee you've got something that you can help someone else with. A lot of times we think, well, do I want to go to church? Do I need help? Do I need to do this? You never know when God is going to use you to help someone else. And this is all of us. This is the sanctification process. When we come together and we hold each other's arms up. And it's a glorious thing. And I guarantee you're going to find this out. You come to church or be a bit vulnerable. Expose, yourself to men or women as far as sharing your testimony and maybe asking for prayer and help. What you're going to find out is there's plenty of others just like you. And the minute you discover that, it's going to be like the Lord taking all the rocks out of your backpack. You're going to feel a lot lighter. And that's what fellowship is all about. And day by day we change. Romans 12:2 says we renew our minds this way. We are sanctified. Change is an inside job. It happens from the inside out. I just want to encourage you today. Come, fellowship. Come to church this Sunday. Join a small group and watch what the Lord does. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next week.